Daft Punk in the background from Homework, their Virgin Records release. The track is called High Fidelity. I'm Chris Doritas. Morning becomes eclectic on KCRW, joined by Tomas and Guy Manuel from Daft Punk. Welcome back to KCRW. I know you dropped by here last night with Jason.
Yeah.
Good to have you back this morning.
Hi.
I should tell people you'll be spinning up at Bossa Nova tonight at the Pink on Main Street in Santa Monica. And that's really your only public performance while you're in Los Angeles this week.
Yes.
I know you're doing a party for The Saint, which is opening tomorrow. You're part of that soundtrack, and that's another reason for you being in Los Angeles. I want to explain to people this last set. We just heard a set that you guys put together. We let you rummage around in the library and pull out some favorites, and we heard one from Primal Scream.
Yeah.
The track is called
Higher Than the Sun.
Higher Than the Sun.
It's quite important for us because I think back in '91 we were really into different indie stuff, lots of old rock stuff and soul and funk and disco, but also the music from '91 we liked was things like Primal Scream, and this was a time when they started to more getting into electronic music also as a rock band with the help of Andrew Weatherall as a producer. So it has definitely been, it was definitely something important for us to see that transformation into electronic music, and we can't really say that it has influenced us, but really we thought it was really innovative to do so, and that's the reason probably why we started getting more into electronic music making.
Before that was Augustus Pablo.
Yeah.
This is from a vinyl pressing of King Tubby's meets Rockers Uptown.
Yeah, but there's not many things to say. It's like
great stuff.
Dub is one of the best music I know. It's like it reminds me of when I was younger, but that's it.
Well, there's a vibe about this that appeals to you.
Yeah.
I think these two records we played were some stuff we're listening on, being 14, 15, 16, whatever, which is a pretty important age when you listen to music, and you if you like music and you're really getting into it, and a little before we started to really get into music and do music, because we've known each other for about 10 years now, but the first 5 years were more about hanging out and not really doing music, but going to record stores and going to see movies, and see a lot of different things.
Taking in the culture.
Yeah.
This is really amazing to me because you met when you were 12 and 13 years old. Something that you had access to in Paris that most young American kids don't have access to is the club life, the culture. Nightlife. When you're a teenager in Paris or in other parts of Europe, you can get into clubs, right?
Not really, no. I think you can get into clubs starting 17 or 18.
Well,
and that's really when we got into this music, was also being able to get into clubs. And it's not 21, maybe like here, but yeah, around 17 you can.
And you can get out and about at night. You got there's public transportation.
Yeah, well, I think it's more about either going to the movies or going to museums. Or there's a lot of Paris is probably regarding the movies when you can find the most amount of theaters, with old festivals all the time, all year long and stuff. Also with the music, it's a good place. But
the point being, you're culturally empowered at a younger age in a city like Paris.
Well, music is more or less accessible and available, but the difference with house music and electronic music, and it might be changing now, but was about the fact that for this kind of dance music, you might get it only into clubs at that time, and so that's why we discovered it, except from a few chart breakers. That's why we discovered it not in '87 or '88, but more in '92 or '91. And maybe the reason why we were interested in having a record released on a major company was to we've said it quite a lot, but to get that music more accessible to 12 years old kids.
Yeah, bring it home to people.
Also, yeah, because the underground thing is, it's always good when you're a late teenager. You go into closed clubs or whatever, but still, it's good to share the music you like, and
We're hearing the album Homework in the background. It's the debut release from Daft Punk. Tomas and Guy Manuel of Daft Punk are with us here in the studio. Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW. Interesting thing about how you guys first recorded, you formed a little, I guess it was sort of an alternative thing, an alternative band, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I don't think, people are a lot speaking about it now, but it was no big deal. You're 16 or 17, you want to do a band like anybody does, so you just take your guitar and record a demo or whatever.
Well, the thing is that you picked up a guitar instead of a couple of turntables.
Yeah. Or samplers of drum machines. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The fact that you picked up a guitar.
But it was more accessible. Even it's more accessible. Having even. I think now it has changed. Even now, for 5 years time, the sampler's price is it's really cheap now. So even in '91, it was still more accessible to get a guitar. Now it's even.
Yeah. In fact, I heard a report yesterday. I think MTV was doing a report about how sales in Japan, sales of guitars and actual instruments are falling. Turntables and sales of turntables and samplers are on the rise. So what we're seeing are young kids who are trying to get involved in music. Instead of picking up a guitar, they're going and getting turntables. They're going out and getting samplers. They're getting,
drum machines.
Yeah.
I think technology has really improved and is really, really cheap now, which makes it maybe more accessible even of making music at home, because still a guitar, you can't do something at home completely with just a guitar. You need a studio or whatever. With a sampler, it's quite different. You really can do something completely on your own.
Yeah.
But
it'll be interesting to see how, as the kids start getting into music through this channel, how that changes the face of music. We're starting to see that.
I think it will totally change. One of our aim into showing the music we do and is also speaking about how we did it, and making it completely at home with not getting once into a big studio. It is really to show that it's possible, and then to tell to these kids that they can do it also, and that they, if they got ideas with a sampler, they can really do it that way, and it will definitely change the whole music industry.
I love the story how you got the name Daft Punk. You did this sort of guitar combo version of a Beach Boys song, right?
Yeah, but instrumental one with no vocals. We just did the chords, which was very, very simple thing.
So you did an instrumental guitar version of Beach Boys' Darlin'.
Darlin', yeah.
And your friends, members of Stereolab, put it out on their label Duophonic on a 7-inch.
Yeah, it was a compilation actually. It was 2 7-inch and 4 sides, and one band per side. There was a band called Huggy Bear at the time, and the Stereolab, and a French band called Colm, and us also. So. And
then once that was released, I guess it was the British press. Somebody in the British press wrote a review about it.
Yeah, bad review about it.
A bad review.
Yeah.
They hated it.
Yeah. No, but they thought it was irrelevant or whatever, So. They said it was Daft Punk, so after that, later on, we kept the name.
Daft Punk, those two words stuck in your minds. I like that you hung on to them. We're going to head into the Beach Boys, Darlin', as we continue the guest DJ set of Daft Punk, Tomas and Guy Manuel. Here on Morning Becomes Eclectic. Don't be alarmed, the sirens are not in your rearview mirror, they are on the album. From Daft Punk, the album is Homework, just beginning underneath us here. Find it on Virgin Records. I'm Chris Doritas. We've been listening to the Daft Punk guest DJ set here on KCRW. Tomas and Guy Manuel joining us. They are in town celebrating the release of the Saint soundtrack and their debut release here in the States on Virgin Records. The Saint opens tomorrow. They'll also be spinning at Bossa Nova in Santa Monica tonight at the Pink on Main Street. Probably after midnight. They'll be hitting the decks. We heard several things in this last set that I'm going to rely on you to tell us what this last piece was, Tomas.
Yeah, well, I think the two last pieces were, first was All I Do from Stevie Wonder, which is a really funky track we like. And the last one was also a really funky track we like, which is a Planetary Assault on a Peace Rock label from Luke Slater, which is a UK producer, which, we would just put that track because it shows that, hard house or techno can be really funky, and we like that kind of stuff also, so.
Which is, in a way, what you bring to the elements that you bring to house, a sort of a funky flavor to it.
I don't know, we're just making music, and we just like a lot of different music. After that, the way we are doing music is more electronic music making, but maybe this album is more house or dance orientated, but we more think of it as just more of a cut and paste thing with do it yourself way, but that and trying to make it funky if we want to make it people dance, because it's warmer that way.
Ahead of Stevie Wonder, we heard from Serge Gainsbourg the reissue of Comic Strip and a track called Initials BB.
Yeah, well, we don't. Serge Gainsbourg is amongst the French, one of the best French musicians,
of course.
Probably, so we rely on him for playing a French record.
A lot of inspiration from Serge Gainsbourg.
I think so. Yeah, it's like, to me, it's the best. Even not French, he's one of the best singer and composer I've ever heard. So he must be an influence. Yeah.
Television Moon also in the set from Marquee Moon, the title piece.
Yeah. It's like I don't know what to say. It's like very good,
And the Beach Boys, we started with Darlin', which is a track that these two have covered in their early days, leading the British press to describe their work as Daft Punk. They took the name to front this project that we're hearing in the background. In fact, this album, I know you've said, has documented what you've been working with over the last few years. What will the next Daft Punk project be like? Do you have any idea of where that's going to take you? Because this feels like, this is just a snapshot of where you are in the process.
I think so. What we can, probably the way we make music is something really important for us, and we already told that, but it was completely done at home, and we probably keep on doing stuff like that and work like that. So working in our home studio, with not like the pressure of a big studio, the time running or whatever. So we'll be more or less touring this year. So we'll probably not being doing music a lot in the studio. But we never know. We don't have any definite ideas about what we want to do and what we don't want to do. We probably don't want to do the same thing, So hopefully it'd be different and not like a formula thing or whatever.
Tomas, your father was at least a songwriter, wasn't he? For songs that were popular in the disco era.
Yeah, among other things. Yeah.
Was he a disco producer?
Also, yeah.
So you had a lot of that in the house.
Not that much, some of it, but the disco times were different. I think, there would be the process of going to a big studio, recording sessions with musicians and stuff, and this took place apart from home, So this is a really different way of making music.
Daft Punk with us, Tomas and Guy Manuel. We're hearing Homework in the background. It's the new release on Virgin Records. Guy Manuel, I understand that your family is actually, there's some royal blood attached to the family. Is that true, or is that rumor?
Somewhat. Royal? No.
Is that simply a rumor?
I think it's a rumor, I didn't know.
The press is always making up a lot of different stories, And as we're quite, as we're not saying everything,
Yeah.
They're always trying to fill the gaps.
Yeah.
With new stuff.
Well, I know that you've done some work with Nana Cherry recently. We're going to be hearing that anytime soon.
We didn't do anything yet,
There's talk of...
We met her.
Oh,
yeah,
you met her.
Yeah, we met her, and we started having ideas and stuff. But as she's very busy, we're very busy, so it's quite hard right now, to tell anything about it.
And I understand that David Bowie approached you and you had to turn him down because of your busy schedules.
This is also a rumor.
Oh man, somebody's just.
No. We some people told us he liked the album and stuff, but nothing further than that.
Do you have an interest though in producing stuff with other artists?
I think we had interest in everything that we like, So, but the thing also is, right now, as we're quite kind of busy and starting with the touring, and we're starting the live show in 2 months and touring over Europe and stuff. The few time load we'll have from making music will be probably more about our own things rather than working with other people right now. After that, if we got more time, we're really up into collaboration and stuff, but it's really frustrating. So we prefer right now to maybe work more on personal stuff.
Focus on that. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to whatever is to come from you guys.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Guy Manuel and Tomas of Daft Punk. We had help on the show today from Linda Golden, our assistant, Dawn Hood, Lisa, and Dawn from Virgin Records helped out. Producing the calendar, Ariana Morgenstern. Our producer is Gemma Dempsey. I'm Chris Doritas, back tomorrow from 9 to noon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.